In San Diego County, our beaches are famous for being some of the most enjoyable and picturesque in the nation. Local residents, as well as tourists from around the world, enjoy our beaches almost year-round. Our beaches are one of the defining factors of our region, and their impact cannot be easily measured because they help sustain our quality of life. In San Diego County, our lagoons and lakes are popular for fishing, boating, and swimming, while streams and creeks can offer a quiet retreat from the sometimes hectic pace of our daily activities. They may be popular recreation destinations, backcountry retreats, or small meandering creeks close to where we live. Inland waterways also provide habitat for fish, birds, and insects that depend on clean water to survive. These surface waters within our watersheds are also the source of some drinking water for residents in the region. And one thing is for sure, all of these activities depend on clean water for our continued use and enjoyment. Without stormwater controls, we could have dirty beaches and ocean water and inland waterways that make people sick. These unhealthy conditions would impact the quality of life for all residents and would undoubtedly have a disastrous economic impact on our region. Everyone's actions affect their watershed's downstream life and environment. This concept is central to understanding why pollution prevention is so critical. Any action, such as allowing vehicle oil or paint to enter the storm drain system or polluted runoff from landscaping, impacts waterways that ultimately drain into the ocean. This video will look at ways that we, as municipal employees, can help maintain and improve water quality within our watersheds in the San Diego region. When we imagine sources of water pollution, we tend to think of toxic waste discharges from factories or from industrial sites. However, many of our water quality problems result from pollution in stormwater and urban runoff.
When it rains, stormwater runoff picks up pollutants such as chemicals, oils and grease, and sediment as it flows over lawns, parking areas, and other surfaces on its way to the storm drain.
And whatever enters the storm drain system ends up being discharged directly into our local streams, lagoons, and ultimately the ocean. Many operations and maintenance activities performed by municipalities within the San Diego region have the potential to pollute surface water. Some of these activities include landscaping and park maintenance, fleet maintenance, vehicle washing, material storage, street maintenance, construction, and solid waste operations. Employing the appropriate best management practices, or BMPs, when doing your job can go a long way in helping prevent pollutants from reaching our local waterways. Waste from these and other municipal activities can have a serious impact on water quality. Did you know that 1 quart of oil flowing into a storm drain can contaminate 250,000 gallons of water? Or that fertilizer that washes off landscape areas can cause excess algae growth and fish kills within streams and reservoirs? As municipal employees, we have a unique opportunity and responsibility to reduce pollution in stormwater runoff.
We need to set a good example for citizens and businesses in regard to stormwater pollution. How can we expect residents to do their part if we're not willing to do it ourselves?
Keeping our water clean is not only the right thing to do, it's required by the United States Environmental Protection Agency and the San Diego Regional Water Quality Control Board. These agencies can conduct audits of municipal programs and have the authority to issue expensive penalties for violations. Municipalities that receive violations can also expect increased scrutiny from regulatory agencies as well as possible media attention and a negative public image. Methods to protect stormwater quality include preparing procedures for how we conduct activities that have the potential to cause pollution. Most municipal outdoor activities can discharge pollutants to our watershed. This is why being trained on and always using best management practices while conducting work is essential. Best management practices are common sense things we can do during our operation and maintenance activities to prevent pollution and to maintain water quality. These are some important required best management practices that apply to municipal operations. Contain and dispose of waste properly. Never allow any waste or debris to be conveyed into the gutter or the storm drain. Even materials that seem harmless are prohibited from being disposed of in the storm drain system. Keep outside work areas clean by sweeping regularly, because this helps prevent accumulated dirt and trash from being washed into storm drains by runoff. Do not hose down work areas, because this washes pollutants into the storm drain system and into our local waterways. Instead, dry sweep the area or make sure that any water used for cleaning is conveyed into landscaping or reclaimed. If power washing is required, ensure that a pump and reclamation tank large enough to capture all wash water is present on site and functioning properly. Fix vehicle and equipment leaks as soon as possible after they are discovered. Place a drip pan under the leak until the repair can be completed to prevent oil, grease, fluids, fuel, or antifreeze from accumulating on the ground and eventually from entering the storm drain system. Use kitty litter or other absorbent material to capture small amounts of spilled material. Kitty litter and other absorbents should be disposed of properly. Keep materials such as grease, paints, and detergents in appropriately labeled containers. Store the containers indoors or in covered areas where they will not come in contact with stormwater, and always have containers sealed when not currently in use. Wash vehicles and equipment in designated areas where the wash water drains to the sanitary sewer or is collected to be recycled or diverted to landscaping. Do not permit municipal vehicles and equipment to be washed with wash water running down the curb line toward the storm drain system. This is not permitted. As municipal employees, we should provide citizens with the education and the know-how to prevent stormwater pollution. If you receive questions from residents, take the time to inform them about the correct ways to conduct household or business maintenance. Any reports of pollution complaints should be handled on-site or routed to the appropriate enforcement staff. Residents may pollute simply because they are unaware of the storm drain system's connection with the local waterways, or they simply are not aware that what they are doing affects the environment. Irrigation systems should be set at the correct pressure and timing to prevent over-irrigation and runoff. Although irrigation water may look clean, once it contacts the ground, it can carry fertilizers, pesticides, and bacteria from pet waste into the storm drain system. Read and follow label directions when applying pesticides, fertilizers, or herbicides. Use caution to avoid excess product being deposited on streets or other paved surfaces where it could be washed into the storm drain system. Place lids on trash and recycling bins to keep the trash in and the rain out. Depending on your job, your supervisor or stormwater department personnel may provide additional training on pollution prevention and good housekeeping practices. Effective stormwater pollution prevention requires that all employees follow established procedures. Let's make sure that as government employees, we take an active role in preventing stormwater pollution. This way, we'll be doing our part to maintain the water quality of our local waterways.